What's going on, everyone? So, Los Angeles Lakers played an absolute beautiful game against the Charlotte Hornets. They took care of the basketball, only 11 turnovers. They had 41 assists, shot 50% from three, 54% from the field, 100% from the free throw line. It's probably the most surprising aspect of that game, right? They really showed the energy, the effort, and played the way that we expect the Lakers to play on a regular basis. Problem is, it was the Charlotte Hornets, right? So, how much can we take away from Charlotte? I will say, though, that the Lakers have played more energized, have seemed more just intense, taking these games a little more serious, as you saw with starting with the previous Minnesota game. I thought they did an excellent job. I thought they were in that game. I think LeBron, if he had played that game, I think would have been the factor. But even with the effort, that is something I want to see going forward. Then you saw the Celtics game. It started off bad, but then, especially in that second half, you really saw the Lakers pick up the effort. Problem was that Boston's the best team in the league. You can't get behind in a hole like that early on against a team like that. But it looks like the Lakers are starting to head in a positive direction. Well, now the Lakers have the real test. They get to play Minnesota again. You just got to look at them, week ago, not even that, right? And now you get to see them again on the road, and they are the best team in the Western Conference, right? They are the number one seed. They've only lost 7 games. They've been excellent at home. So this is a real test and a real challenge for the Lakers, right? The Timberwolves with their defense, they're one of the top defensive teams. Their offense can get a little stagnant at times, but they just have several just veteran quality guys that can impact on both sides of the basketball. They got, the 2 twin tower type big men. You really can find yourselves in a hole and in a bad compromised spot if you don't take this game serious from the jump. Lakers need to lock down. They need to be focused. They need to come out with that energy and effort. I love the way that the Lakers played against the Hornets. If the Lakers play like that every game, you're going to win most, if not all of those games in which you play that way. Obviously, the Lakers, every team loses games. I don't mind the Lakers losing games. It's the way that they seem to lose games. A lot of the time that the Lakers are losing, it's because they dug themselves into, an 18, 20-point hole early on. The energy and the effort wasn't there to start the game. Just kind of lackluster performances. And those kind of things become frustrating when it's like, this Laker team is better. This Laker team has proven that they are capable of competing with anybody, right? We've seen what the Lakers look like when they lock down focus and have that intensity. They're a top defensive team. Their offense can and needs some upgrades, but still, they're a team that is capable of putting points on the board. LeBron James and Anthony Davis has been spectacular this year. Anthony Davis is on this stretch where he is playing like the best player in the league right now. If he plays 65 games, which I believe he will, then he's the clear favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year. No questions, no just even thoughts otherwise. LeBron James has been the most efficient and effective he has been since his Miami days. His shots falling, the three-point shot, everything, right? You've had a couple better games from D'Lo and Reeves, especially D'Lo, since he's made that move to the bench. But got to put it together against a team like the Timberwolves. The real question for the Lakers has been, can they beat the quality teams in the league, right? The Lakers are clearly a good team. They're blowing out and handling business against all the bad teams. The one game against the bad team that they lost was the Spurs game, but Anthony Davis set out that game, talked about it before the game, during the game, and after, that the Lakers were going to lose that game. They just can't replicate an offset when Anthony Davis misses an entire game. They can kind of hold out for a 4-minute period or whatever that AD is getting some rest, but an entire game, you just don't have anybody that can offset the production that Anthony Davis gets you, the impact that Anthony Davis provides, right? But you look at most of the notable wins. Their most notable win has been against the Thunder because it was on the road against the top 2 team in the Western Conference, against, a top 5 team in the league, right? Outside of that, all of the, even many of the middle of the pack teams, the Lakers have not won against. You look at teams like the Knicks or the Mavs. both losses, right? You look at, Lakers have even lost to like teams like the Rockets previously. They lost to the Sixers in a blowout fashion. They got absolutely dominated, and then followed that up with another blowout loss to the Thunder the first go around, right? The Kings they've lost to. You look at a lot of these middle of the pack teams, the Lakers just haven't really been able to put together these quality, notable wins. And I really do believe that Minnesota would be one of those quality, notable wins. Now, even if the Lakers do lose this game, again, how do they lose this game? Is it a tight game? If something just goes your way, you win that game? Or is it one of these things where, again, the Lakers go down 15 early, they got to climb out of that hole, and at that point it's too late, and Minnesota is basically just weathering the storm and then close it out, right? Or do they just dominate us, shoot the lights out, and Lakers just get ran off the Timberwolves home court? Those type of things, right? If the Lakers are competitive, if the Lakers are good, and it's a hard-fought game start to finish, and it's just one of those games, two good teams going at it, right? And just getting a lucky shot hits the bottom of the net, or a turnover where it's like, oh man, if we didn't get that turnover, that's the difference of the game. Obviously you don't want to see that stuff, but if you can see the competitiveness, I want to see the Lakers starting to head in the right direction, right? I need to see the Lakers consistently put together competitive quality games, quality performances, where everybody's moving and sharing the basketball, where we have 6, 7, 8 guys in double figures. Every time the Lakers have more 30 plus assists, the Lakers win that game. I don't believe the Lakers have lost a game this year where they've gotten over 30 assists. Because again, the ball's moving. It's hard to defend when everybody's sharing the basketball. Guys are hitting shots. It's how you get the open looks to where, a Torian Prince can knock down 3 or 4 threes, and D'Lo can knock down 3 or 4 threes, and Reeves can knock down 3 or 4 threes, and Christie is getting in on the action, and Wood, and everybody. I loved in the Hornets game that it was a collective team effort, right? As I mentioned, you had 3 of your 5 starters in double figures. You had another 3 of you played like 10 guys, but no, you had another 3 off the bench that gave you double figures. And then you had Christian Wood who gave you 9, right? That's what we need to see, this type of effort. I'm sorry, we had 4 guys. Correction, because Jackson Hayes had 10 and limited play, 7 minutes. So you're talking, you had 4 guys in double figures off the bench, and then almost 5 with Christian Wood. That's the type of performances, nice balance attack, right? Nobody's playing more than 30 minutes. The most minutes given out that game was D'Lo with 29. Next was Rui with 28. Everyone else was basically 22 or 23 to 26, right? Now, I'm not saying that AD and LeBron James should only be playing like 25 minutes a game, especially against a team like Minnesota. You're probably going to need them to play 30, 32 minutes. But that doesn't mean you can't still have a nice balance attack. I like the way that Darvin Ham coached in that Charlotte game, just like I did in the OKC game. That was another game. Lakers moving the basketball. Lakers getting easy buckets. The rotations were sharp. Things were good. Guys were hitting shots, right? That level of play, Darvin Ham, if he can find that rhythm coaching, right? There's been a lot of questions with that, just his inability to properly call timeouts, his questionable lineups and rotations at times. All of those things get very frustrating, especially when you have a team that is as talented as this team has looked. And I do believe that the Lakers can be in the conversation, right? Look, I've said it before. You give me LeBron James and Anthony Davis in the playoffs, right? I'll take my chances. I will absolutely take my chances. But beyond them just in the playoffs, you got to get to the playoffs first. Last thing you want to be is a play-in team, right? Now you're playing, Minnesota or something like that in the first round. Right? That's not what you want. Right? Now, if you're playing like OKC, I think you beat OKC, but still, you don't want to have to go through this grind all playoffs like last time. I don't expect the Lakers to be a top 2 seed, but they should at least be a top 3 to 5 seed at the least, right? They should at least be 5th or 6. Like, there's no reason the Lakers should not be in the playoffs when the season is over. See if the Lakers make a trade. We'll see what the Lakers' plan is. We'll see what they end up doing. But ultimately, the Lakers, if they play their brand of basketball, if the Lakers play basketball the way that we know that they can play basketball, guess what? The Lakers are going to be a very good team. And this is a real opportunity here, right? You're 17-15, 2 games over 500. You beat Minnesota. Now you're 3 games over 500. And you go play the Pelicans, which would be another tough game because the Pelicans, right, you just embarrassed them. And so you're on the road in New Orleans. They're going to want to bounce back. They're in the 7th seed over you right now. But you beat the Pelicans, all of a sudden you're making progress in the right direction. You're heading in the right direction, right? Now you're 4 games over 500. And you go into that stretch in January where you have like 11 of your first 12 games are all at home. Like, that's huge if you're the Lakers because they've been a very good home team. And you get the extra rest, you get to sleep in your own bed, you get to be next to your friends and family, you get proper treatment, good night's sleep, you get to eat better, just everything, right? You don't have all the mileage and travel and you're tired after a game and now you got to go jump on a plane and go fly here and fly there, right? Like, all of those things can take a toll, especially when the Lakers have dealt with injuries all season, right? So you got guys playing roles, bigger roles than they were supposed to and playing more minutes than they were supposed to and all that stuff. So, the Lakers, if they can close out this year strong, with the Timberwolves and Pelicans win, then I have a lot of just excitement for the Lakers going forward. But starts with the Timberwolves. Got to get this done. This is a real test for them. They're only 2 games out of 5th. They're 2.5 games out of 4th. They're right there, right? They're not so far out of reach. They're 5 games out of 3rd. That's why I don't think that they're going to catch the 3rd seed or the 2 seed, right? Because the Nuggets and the Thunder, both teams have been excellent this year. I don't see the Lakers catching them. But that 4 through 6 spot, I absolutely can see the Lakers. I think the Lakers are overall better than the Mavs. I know the Mavs beat them. I just think the Lakers are a better team, right? Sacramento, the Clippers, Lakers, I do believe are better than the Clippers, right? But we'll see. Time will tell. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Do you think the Lakers get the win tonight? Do you think they don't? How do you feel? What your thoughts are? Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.